So I'm going to be answering Jessica's set 3 question. The question asked overall, what is the overall view of what is Leopold's view of the overall human condition? So I believe that Leopold's overall view of the human condition is centered around calling for moral responsibility to Mother Nature. So although he spent the better half of his life, completely eradicating a wolf species, he, came to realize that that's not what he was intended to do. And it appears that he did not believe that individuals in the time he wrote it, which was, it was published around 1949, that our education and economic systems was heading away from an consciousness of the land. So he didn't think that we are making any developments or acting in a way that we did have any consciousness of the land. So I think he saw humans as selfish and disregarding of life and the perseverance of land. Um, and he insists that care for people and care for the land cannot be separated. So you can't say that you care about yourself or others if you aren't caring about the land that's being fruitful and multiplying for you, and that basically provides you with everything that you need. Um, and he also believes that there's an ethical relation to the land that cannot exist without love, respect, and admiration for the land. So you can't say that you're ethically conscious or considerate of the land if you're not showing love and respect and admiration for it, because you have to be conscious of your respect to the land and everything that you do. So it's not necessarily just saying, I value the land. It's showing it and actively doing things to make sure that you are not doing more harm than good. He wasn't against the use of land entirely, but he felt it was important to make sure that, you could keep using it and that you were preserving it for its value and what it could offer you. So I think that his view of the human condition is he's kind of disappointed, but he thinks that we can be better. And then the second part of that question is, do you feel that you have an overall responsibility to the land? And I do personally feel that I have an overall responsibility to the land. The land has provided us with all the resources humanity has needed to get to and maintain our lifestyles up until this point. And I think it's always important to be conscious of the land and everything we are doing to it. So, we can't say we're making progress if we're, depleting our ozone layer and, doing mass deforestation or mass extinction, because I'm really disheartened by global warming and pollution, and I try to do what I can to make my own impact. It's hard because it would take 1 million people at least to completely impact the world in a little way from the damage that we've done. And whether that is supporting causes, organizations that fight um, for the preservation of the land. You can do your own work, like working in community gardens, or as some of people have mentioned in other discussions, recycling and cutting meat and dairy out. So I really do think that we must act now to undo the harm and mentality that we've built up to this point. But we all do have a responsibility to the land. I just feel like a very few number of us actually take ownership and action towards that. So that is my response to Jessica Step 3.